and you can actually put your emblem on your jet. And when you hop into the jet, your emblem pops up. So if you're a dude, you're rocking like the crazy skull symbols with like some flames and stuff like that. And that's the thing that defines you. And when you hop into a jet, people are going to know that that is you. And I am so pumped for that because it's just that level of personalization that definitely people enjoy when it comes to first-person shooters.
It's personalizing the game, changing up your camos, adding the emblems to your jets. I mean, we're probably going to see a lot of great things that's going to be customizable. Of course, we got Bravo 20s probably about to do exactly what I've been doing. I've been doing barrel rolls through all of the windmills.
Oh man,
that's about all I can do.
And I'm out there, pushing the objective, bro. Not cool at all. But there's a lot of action going on over at I believe this is going to be the B capture point, so we should probably take a look at that in a little bit. B capture point is going to have a lot of a big encounter that's about to go down in just a bit. But yeah, man, I mean, there's just, it's crazy. There's always just something to take a look at here in Battlefield. And who are you hopping on board with now?
So right now we're here with Alpha 14, who's just basically trying to hold down this point as long as he can. He's going to get taken down. Let's go take a look here back over at the overview. Again, the battle's been happening over here towards the D point. Looks like they basically have taken complete control over there, continuing to scan. Now we're back over here taking a look over at B.
Yep, B, lots of action going down there. You just jumped on board with Bravo or Alpha 18 as Alpha 18, actually able to pick up a couple kills there. So that's going to be good for him. Finding someone in front of him, he's able to take him out too, but gets dropped in the end. Still a very valiant effort. It seems like the blue team, the Russian squad, they're going to be, or the Alpha squad, they are going to be losing a lot of ground here on B. And wait, never mind, they're actually flipping B, but I'm surprised because it seemed like there were a bunch of players that were surrounding that.
Yeah, so taking a look now, let's go back over here. You can see that they've got complete control over this area.
I actually thought that they won that building to the left there.
It's going to end up right now. Basically, Alpha 5 is going to have to hold this one down. Of course, it is contested at this moment, and it probably will be picked up here by the Chinese here in just a moment. They've got the sheer numbers advantage right now, as again, we're here with the Russian squad. We're looking at basically at shooting at the Chinese, which is orange currently. Now we're back over to Alpha 15, and looks like he's going to be trying to take that dog tag. One of the things that we looked at as well in the list of weaponry that you can have is the number of different types of knives that you can unlock.
Oh yeah, there's a lot. There is a lot.
I went through it, and these are just to name a couple because I don't want to dive down deep into it.
What do you got there, Corey? Tell us about, because I actually took a bunch of pictures of the guns just so I can get a good idea of like what weapons people are going to be using there. But what do you have? So
just on the knives, just in general, just kind of looking through, we've got a bayonet. We saw that. We've seen that. We've got a shank. We saw that at E3.
Yeah, we saw the shank.
We've got the ACB-90, of course, which is basically what you're typically equipped with in the military. We have a machete. So we're going out.
Any Machete fans out there, that's for you.
We've actually got something that's called it's improvised. So basically, it's a MacGyver type of.
It's just call it MacGyver. That'd be amazing. Or improvised. That works well too.
So there's just so many different things, and that's just for the knife, and they all do the same thing.
Yeah.
At least that's what I know. I mean, if the machete does something completely different, just goes out there.
If I could just bust out a machete and just run through like jungles and hack down bushes and open ways, that'd be amazing, man. It'd just be like I'm exploring. I also got to take a look at the assault class rifles, and I want to go ahead and run down this list here. You have the AK-12, which is what you pretty much are standardly equipped with, the Scar H M416, SAR-21, as well as the AEK 971, and a gun that I've become quite the fan of, which is the FAMAS, which is like one of my favorite guns in pretty much any game that it's in. And you have an AUG, an M16, you have a CZ805, you have the QBZ, and the ACE-23. So I know a lot of gun nuts out there are going to go crazy for that. They're going to be super stoked to hear that a wide variety of guns. And that's just the assault rifles, Corey. There's the DMR class of weapons. There's also the shotguns that you have to take in consideration. You have the bolt action guns too, the carbines, DMRs, and shotguns. So you have 4 different classes of guns here for the assault class.
Well, with that being said too, I mean, even the scopes have categories as well. So
Yep.
if you're a recon class and you've got your sniper that your preference, it even has, okay, well, close range scopes, it's got your medium range scopes, and even your long range scopes. There's so many scopes
Yep.
to go through. Hey, we're going to probably need to group them now because now we're abundance of them.
Yeah, no, and also, you know, a scope that I've become a big fan of, is particularly in this map, especially when things start to get dark, is the low light scope, the infrared scope. I have been using that pretty much exclusively on this map, and I have loved it. So definitely something that you guys want to check out. Bunch of new scopes. We'll talk about those scopes as well as we play more and dive a bit deeper into the action and learn a little bit more here, because we're going to be here for 5 days. So there's just so much to talk about. We're probably going to spend an entire show just talking about scopes, you know, just attachments. I mean, that's pretty much where it is at this point in Battlefield 4. There's so much freaking variety that you could talk about it for an entire show.
Well, each element, it doesn't matter which one it is. You can talk about them at any point. So right there you can see, you know, one of the things that we learned there at E3 as well is some of the swimming aspects as well. So, I mean, you've got the waves make an impact, so you're trying to stay above the surface. It's difficult.
Yeah, there's and the waves. So I actually spoke to you about this earlier. I was on the jet ski, and there you can actually see one of the infrared scopes, or the night vision scopes. So there you get a good idea of what it is.
The IRNV, the infrared night vision.
There you go, right there. So there you see the scope, and actually finding a bunch of players around him too. He ends up taking them out, whipping out that pistol. Always got to love the pistol whip, giving it to him. Yeah, way to go there, Bravo 17. And big score right now is actually Bravo 21. He's 16-3, Corey, tearing it up. And he is actually going to currently be sitting in that Z-11W helicopter.
There's
so
bird.
He's just chilling in the sky. We're at Bravo 21, high in the sky right now. That's awesome. I mean, we could just do the over voice, you know, walkie-talkie voice for an entire show. That'd be fun too. I'm pretty sure people would dig that, Corey. But
all right, so here again we're with Bravo 21, taking a look from his perspective here, and he's just going to go all out. Of course, you can notice that. Take a look at that camo that comes along with it as well. He's got
such
the
a sick
scar
camo.
That's in hand.
Such a sick camo.
Must have been a squad request for him to end up over at the C point, because he just left that little bird just floating about.
All right, well, I guess that's pretty much going to be wrapping up for the broadcast here, as all these players are going to be playing and having a good time and enjoying it. But we're on a little bit.
Yeah, just kind of talking in terms of what we saw there at E3 for the spectator mode. I mean, the having the ability to see the tabletop, here this different perspective that we have right now. Also having the capability of being able to see the first-person view, and then, of course, your third-person view, and then even diving in to seeing the actual free cam. One of the cool things is we talked about it there with Daniel Matros there at E3 about having the capability of, well, taking everything away and having that cinematic value. It almost, sometimes you get lost in whether or not you're actually watching a competitive game or if it's just watching a movie trailer.
That's right. So that's for you filmmakers out there. That if you guys want to, you know, make some
Shoot,
awesome
it's for me too. I'm a big fan of it. I've seen different times where we'll see some really cool stuff happen. So
yeah, and I love that they added that aspect of it. But Corey, if you bring back that HUD, just bring it back. You got to talk about some of the other things there. First and foremost, my favorite addition is right up top there. You can actually see where it says RU and CN for the Russian and Chinese forces. You can clearly see which color is which. And that was something that at the last live stream, everyone was talking about, like, oh, you know, it was a little bit confusing to tell which one was which, but that has actually been addressed this time around. And you can actually, you know, tell who is going to be on the blue team and who's going to be on the orange team or the gold team. So there's been that variation as well. And right now we're actually taking a look here at Bravo 27. As he's going to be making his way with that assault, you know, the M16A3. And you can also see that the HUD as well just has been greatly improved upon too, just as far as like telling you guys what the information you want to know, what guns are using, what you know, defensive abilities they're using, offensive abilities, all that stuff.
Hop into the game now. So we're already in game, and of course we can kind of just take a look around the map. So some of the things that we're going to see whenever the players start to join into the server is this right here is actually a pretty powerful sniper rifle. It's a one-shot kill, doesn't matter where you put it, but this is only accessible on the map.
Yep.
And so you can't just pull it up into your inventory, set up to your primary weapon, be a recon class, and be able to utilize this weapon. It's actually only going to be available on this map. And we'll start to see some of those things happen in some of the other maps as well. It's just going to be very map specific. So let's go ahead and take another look at it. This is also another weapon that we're going to see that is also available. This weapon allows you to just basically blow through walls. I mean, you're just running and gunning. You can basically demolish whatever you want to. This will be the quickest way to take care of the job.
Yeah, and again, like this is something that, you know, to me, as someone who's played Battlefield, it's new to me, you know, just like finding new weapons on the maps. Like, because whenever I play, I kind of just like hop in there and I just beat people up, you know, do my thing. But now it's like I have more tools to do my thing with. It's awesome. I'm excited about it. And of course, you can take a look here at the A conquest point right now, and just the overall zoom out of the map there. I mean, it looks amazing. I mean, really, if you take a moment to just look at the sights, the visuals will not disappoint you by any means.
Yeah, so just kind of allowing those of you that really just care about map layouts, of course. So let's go ahead and just get over here real quick. Again, we have complete control now, so we can show whatever we want to.
That's
so this is the Russian spawn area, the main base, and then of course we can go over here and see that a lot of things though too is you can see that these islands, as soon as the players start to join in, they'll start to populate. But you'll see these amphibious vehicles that will make their way over here to the barracks. This is one of the main key points here. Again, just the B flag there over at the A point, where the dockyard is. Something also to kind of be ready for and prepared for is going to be here at the C point, here at the Firebase Island, and so this is a really nice mansion that we have set up here at the C point. But one of the things that you really need to be looking out for is what's out here in the ocean, which actually, you know, and most times it looks as if it's just a part of the environment. It just looks like it's out there in the distance, but it really becomes a part of the game later on, and we'll wait for that moment to happen, and we'll kind of dissect what's going on at that point.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool little, I guess, gifts with that, you know, because again, when we do get to that point, you'll actually see how it impacts the map more than just it being a cool effect. There you can actually see E, which is the shipwreck, and you know, just one of those standard, you know, I guess, battleships that would kind of just hang around there. And I actually really do like the way on Paracel Storm that there are just so many different battlegrounds, right? So many different ways you can approach the action. B has, as you can see right here, B is very closed off. You know, it's not. You're probably going to get some cross house battles, which is something that actually was happening when I was playing. I was actually in the building right to the left side here of the screen. And I was right there, and I was in a firefight with a group of guys that was on the other side of the other building, and it was intense. It was crazy. We were just shooting grenade launchers at each other, just trying to move in and get positioning, but it just was not happening because there was so many people there. It was just the crossfire was way too much. So again, you're gonna have different set pieces, different moments in this map that are gonna be so, I guess, so much variety, and that's really just something that you can only get in Battlefield.
So one of the things that we can talk about too is kind of dissecting the commander mode. If you hadn't had the chance there, what we had at E3, it's been brought back here. We have the big boosts that are set up here, so you have the commander set up so they can make the calls where need be. So you can have your UAV scan, just all the different types of elements there. Same goes as Siege of Shanghai as well, where you can capture a point and it'll give you something. It'll give you an element. And one of the things that happens as well, whenever that boat that's out there in the ocean, deep there in there, the ship that's wrecked, whenever it starts to make its way into the mainland, there's a new point that you're able to capture as well.
Yeah.